Well, happy Friday, everyone. It's Ashley with Court Reserve. We are thankful you're here today. We want to keep this call very short and sweet. And so today we're here to talk about why you should consider coming to Court Reserve's very first user conference we are naming Catalyst, along with if you are a pickleball facility or adding pickleball or anything pickleball, you should consider coming to Club Mastermind as well. So we're going to turn it over to our people who know what's going on and who plan these great events. And Doug is here from Court Reserve and Devin's here from Club USA Pickleball. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And just so you guys know, after the webinar's over, we'll put this up on YouTube. You can send it to the other staff members you may consider bringing with you, and we'll put those links in that email as well. So thanks, guys, for joining us.
Thanks, Ashley, for having us.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
So while Doug, I know you're going to start us off on why our Court Reserve customers should come and visit with us at Catalyst. Go ahead and tell us why they should come.
Sure. So there's a lot of really cool things going on at Catalyst. Number one is if you're using Court Reserve, you're going to get tons of information about how to supercharge your system. So there's a lot of options. All of you use Court Reserve know that, but we'll have some best practices, things that you should consider to get the most and be the most efficient using the software, which is going to actually supercharge your business in the long run. So that's the biggest piece of that pie. We're going to talk about lots of different things as far as training goes. Also, if you sign up early, the sooner you sign up, the better. There are one-on-one training slots that are available. So you'll get one of our product experts to sit with you, look through your system. If you have specific questions, that's a great place to get that answered as well. But you can see through the itinerary that's already up, and we're going to be adding stuff to that as well, that there's a lot of stuff going on as far as training on specific features, talking about how certain features actually help with the ability for you to run certain things inside your club, right? So there's a lot of that going to happen. We'll be highlighting some of the new features like profile pictures that just came out. We'll be highlighting something like leagues, which is coming out shortly and can work through any questions or anything you have with those. So it's really about coming, supercharging that. And then the other piece of it is not only learning Court Reserve, but connecting with our team and with other people who use Court Reserve. So that possibility is going to be there as well. That networking peer-to-peer is just such a great resource, period. So when you hear other people, here's what I'm doing, here's how it's working. You know, actually, we were having that same problem. We implemented self-check-in kiosk, and that made a huge difference. Those type of things make a huge difference when it comes to that peer-to-peer relationship. So some of that's going to be going on as well.
Yeah, so we're going to feed you. It's 2 full days of training. And really what we're trying to do now with the agenda is really get feedback from a lot of you who are saying, hey, these are some things I really want to learn more about. So if you have any great ideas about, hey, this is what I'd really love to spend my time learning, send us a note. You can send it to support@courtreserve.com, put it in the live chat. We're taking feedback right now as well. So know that the early bird gets the worm, and they also get the slot to sign up for those one-on-one sessions with our trainers. Because it's only really 2 days, we only have a certain number of slots. So it's, first come, first serve. It's like auto register on the events in Court Reserve. You sign up first, you're going to get a slot. So that was great, Doug. If you have any questions about Catalyst, you can put those in the chat. And again, we'll send you the link so that you can see this agenda and get your seats solidified today. So Devin, tell us a little bit about Club Mastermind.
Yes. So I think the first thing that I should mention is that I'm really excited about Catalyst. We're planning on being there and having our Court Reserve management people there that implement all of our events and structuring all of that. And we're just excited to learn from the best, and so grateful to be partnered with the best in Court Reserve. So we continue to learn and find new, better ways to manage our club. And I think the first thing that I would say with Club Mastermind is this is all about growth. It's all about profitability and, making your business, your club just better all around from a player experience as well as your profitability. And I would just say at the forefront of this, none of what I've done or have built would have been possible without Court Reserve. So grateful for the relationship with Court Reserve and how much they've just really put the fuel in our engine to be able to, help us grow. And I think that what you're showing right now, obviously, Ashley, is the registration page, right, where people can go and sign up. And this is in connection with Catalyst. We would highly recommend people do both. They're in the same week, and if you do both, the incentive right now is that your hotel is paid for the entire week, which is pretty awesome. We have a Marriott property that's just right down the street from our partner office where we host both of these. And yeah, I think Ashley, if you'll post, the link where people can go watch these videos and kind of see what it's all about. But in a nutshell, Club Pickleball USA has been really fortunate, but not necessarily lucky. I feel like we're fortunate in that we have great partners like CourtReserve, marketing partners, branding partners. Everything that I've done in our business is not, as you guys know, it's not a do-it-yourself project. And while I have great people in our organization, I also have great partner companies, marketing and other specialty areas that have just really helped us grow. And so, over the better part of 2.5 years now, we've kind of, I don't want to say perfected, but we've refined the process of, membership models and crafting and improving your membership offerings and incentives. We've been able to really enhance our tournament experience for our players. And we now understand, the best practices for what tournament formats sell the best, what are most popular tournament formats, how to manage and efficiently run a tournament without overburdening your tournament costs of operating and running the tournament. And then all of that also kind of bleeds into your other programming and events. And what are your players looking for from is this a verified 4.0 event, or is this a 4.0 event that anyone can sign up for? And so the mastermind environment just provides the opportunity for you as a club to basically glean everything, capture, download all of my intellectual property, but then also the intellectual property of everyone that is there, right? The mastermind environment is collaborative, and we get a ton of insights from other clubs from around the country that come in. I think the most compelling part about this, Ashley, is if you on that hear from past members, if anybody is considering, I wonder if the mastermind will have the impact that I'm looking for. I wonder if it'll deliver the content that's going to, be the catalyst to our growth and us being more profitable as a club. I would watch that little video. It's 1.5 minutes long, and you can just hear what people said from our April event. I mean, the reviews and the response from people was just honestly a little bit surprising to me. I didn't know that people, were able to gather that much out of it. I tried to just over deliver and open up Pandora's box, if you will, and kind of peel back the curtain and let everyone see our business model, what has worked best for us, and then allow every club, right, to kind of customize that to themselves. But yeah, we'd love to have you there. It's a Thursday evening with dinner, and then all day Friday, all day Saturday. On the Saturday, we also will tour our kind of flagship club, which is in Orem, and we'll also play some pickleball that night. So we have some fun with it as well. And I would anticipate that people might have some questions and maybe want to have a deep dive conversation with me before they sign up. Ashley, if you don't mind, I'll maybe just share my screen real quick. I have a little QR code that if anybody is watching this, they could just scan this QR code, jump on my calendar, and take the opportunity to meet with me for 15, 20 minutes and really discover how the mastermind might benefit them and their club. So let me put this up.
And I can just say,
I'll put this into presentation mode.
From the CourtReserve standpoint, we were blown away at the first mastermind. We had no earthly idea what it was going to be like, or the people that were going to attend and what that was going to be like. And we had multiples of clubs who had been in existence 1, 2, 3, 4 years. And then the other people were brand new clubs. I'm getting ready to open my doors. I'm going to open in 6 months. I'm looking for a building, and the mesh of that. But not only that, but then you guys did those breakout sessions for new facilities versus established facilities, because they still have their own things going on.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic event. And even if you weren't a pickleball club, even if you were a facility that had more than pickleball, tennis, or whatever, the pickleball side of it, the programming, the branding, the market, everything was phenomenal. So it was great.
Thank you. We had a really great group, and I would just highly recommend if you think the mastermind might be a fit for you, check it out, jump on my calendar. I've got some dates that and times next week that I've just allocated special time to anybody that wants to sit down and chat with me. I feel like the mastermind focuses on growth strategies from a marketing standpoint, but then also a monetization model where once you grow your customer database, how do you monetize that database and how do you retarget with effective marketing campaigns to fill all of your other functions like clinics and other events? And then also, how do you utilize email campaigns effectively to sell your products, sell swag, remind your players about tournaments? And it's not just about pushing out emails, it's about your branding and what we call the branding squeeze. So that if you squeeze your brand down the way that Coca-Cola or Geico or any of these major companies squeeze their brand down, it impacts your open rates on your email, on your emails that you send out. And I could just, while I've got my slides shared here, let me just click to one slide here. So this is just a little flavor of what you'll learn at the mastermind. Okay, so on a branding squeeze, this is a screenshot of my actual MailChimp account. This is back, we just barely opened, and we weren't far along. It was September 21st or 22nd, 2021, and the other one October 20th. I only had 6,000 players in my audience, but those of you that manage email campaigns, you would know, man, a 20 to 25% open rate is actually not that bad. It's pretty high. Industry standards for email is anywhere in the 10 to 15, sometimes less, but 20 to 25 is nothing to be ashamed of. Well, we squeezed our brand down, and by squeeze, I mean you refine it, right? Club Pickleball USA, freedom to play, is this big kind of word-heavy logo and message. But when you squeeze your brand down to a single image, word, icon, or color or symbol, it starts to have a big impact in other places of your business. So let me just click to this next slide. Here's another screenshot of my MailChimp account. Here we are a year later, December 27th, 2022. My audience has more than doubled, but my open rates almost, more than doubled, 46 and 55. And for those of you that are familiar, when your audience size increases, typically your open rates go down. Mm-hmm. And we had the inverse effect of that. And it was all because of a branding squeeze. And you might say, well, okay, Devin, how do I squeeze my brand? Well, you got to get to the mastermind, and we'll show you some of those little, strategies and things that have just had a big impact for our overall club success. And we hope to do the same, for you, allow you to download everything that we deliver there for you and do it in a collaborative environment. The other thing that I'll add real quick, Doug and Ashley, I appreciate you giving me this much time. The other thing that I'll add is part of the mastermind lives beyond the actual event itself. So the last Tuesday of every month, we do a virtual mastermind. We also have a private Facebook group where literally, almost every other day, someone is chiming in on that Facebook group saying, hey, does anybody have insight on this? Has anybody come across this challenge at their club? And boom, 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 a bunch of other, collaborators, mastermind members are chiming in and offering up their assistance and their intellectual property to basically help all the boats in the harbor rise with the rising tide, right? And that's kind of the philosophy of the mastermind. And so we'd love to have you there. It's August 17th through the 19th, but what you should really do is be there the 14th through the 19th, do the catalyst and the mastermind, take advantage of the hotel incentive for the entire week. And again, I'll just put my QR code. If anybody wants to meet with me for a quick couple of minutes and just see if the mastermind is the right fit for you and your club, let's just chat about it, and we'll see if we can help you.
That's awesome. I think Devin's going to do a segment at Catalyst about marketing. What do you think, Doug?
I'm open to it. Yeah, no problem.
That'd be great. That's the thing is if you're a facility owner, whether it's pickleball or tennis or whatever, I mean, you're still trying to grow who comes to your club and what you're doing and keep stickiness to your club. So it's important. So if you have any questions, we can definitely answer them quickly in the Q&A or the chat. If you're talking about Mastermind, reach out to Devin. If you want to talk about Catalyst, you can definitely reach out to myself or Doug or the CourtReserve team. And we're here to answer anything. Like we said, early bird pricing's going on now. If you have any additional questions, let us know, and we will send those links in follow-up emails today. Thanks so much for joining us. Hope we've answered some of your questions, and we look forward to seeing you in Orem, Utah in August. Have a great Friday, everyone.
Awesome.
Much.
Thanks so much for your time.
All right. Bye.